Well, thank you, Glenn. It's good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to stop by, say hello, welcome you here to Edmonton-City Centre, recognizing, of course, that we are here today on Treaty 6 territory. This is a powerful conversation and an important one. And I want to say thank you to everyone who is involved in this research and this work in the community. Entrepreneurship is a key part of how marginalized communities survive. And I truly believe it can be a very important part of helping marginalized communities thrive. You know, I was elected in 2015 and discovered I was only the third black person ever elected in the Alberta legislature. And that's when I sort of embarked on my journey of learning more about that marginalized community here, because I didn't really grow up with a lot of connection to black community. So I embarked on a journey of learning a lot about black history in Alberta. And one of the things that I found consistent that I learned throughout that is the key role that entrepreneurship played in black communities here in Alberta as they were fighting to gain their rights. Because, of course, for black men and women, they had a very limited suite of work that was available to them. Facing deep discrimination, while men could work as laborers or railroad porters, women could work in domestic work, and that was about it. But the folks in those communities that bucked the trends were folks that were entrepreneurs. One of them was a woman named Hattie Melton. She was a single mother from Calgary. Came up here to Edmonton, and not far from here, maybe 10 blocks over by the Alberta Courthouse, she opened Hattie's Harlem Chicken Inn. So that restaurant was a safe space for folks in the black community at a time when they were not allowed to eat in regular restaurants. It became a cultural hub. That's where all the musicians and folks would hang out. All the touring musicians, they'd come through town. They were welcome to play in the bar and come in through the back door, but they weren't welcome to come in through the front door and eat in the restaurant. So everybody went to Hattie's. That's where all the local musicians and everyone would go, because that was the hub of culture. But not only that, it wasn't just survival. And thank you. I learned a couple new terms today. Survival entrepreneurship, which is what we're talking about there, and emancipation entrepreneurship. Hattie worked to emancipate people from her community. She hired young black women from the community, gave them good paying work in a safe place that allowed them to be able to go on and get the education to move on to better careers and opportunities. So the work you're talking about here, the work that many of you are doing, is important and it is powerful. Especially at a time when, unfortunately, we are seeing the return and the rise again of voices of hatred and discrimination that are affecting all communities, but certainly we recognize, even right here in Alberta, our own government specifically targeting our trans brothers and sisters. And the impacts that has across all of the 2S LGBTQ community. And it is more important than ever that in the face of those folks trying to stir this up, trying to pit communities against communities, sadly even our province against our country, that we continue to work at the grassroots level to build connections, to find ways we can still support each other, where we can build our own institutions that are going to support us and allow us to support others from our communities, to ensure we are able to continue to thrive, because governments come and go. And I can promise you, myself and my colleagues are working very hard to see this one go. But what we build together, what we build in the community, what we can offer each other, that can outlast any government. So the research that's being done here, the work of each of you are doing, some of you in business, some of you in the supports, some of you in a lot of different places. This is how we survive, this is how we thrive. And this is how we get back to recognizing what Alberta is. And let me be clear, Alberta is what we see here in this room. Each and every one of you are part of this province and part of this country. You deserve to be heard and represented and to have the same freedoms and opportunities as every other Albertan. So thank you to Glynis. Thank you to everybody who's put on this conference today. Thanks for the chance to joining you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend.